Technique is more important, okay? Technique is more important. Write it down.
If you browse YouTube often, you'll for sure come across one of those 100-hour recipes that look extremely aesthetically pleasing.
Have you watched a 100-hour recipe video? I don't think I have. I can't recall one video that I watched with 100, a little bit loud, yes. FutureConoe, you know that one? But out of boredom, okay.
I always wonder, why are they all
Is it
in
loud
square
enough now?
shape? In this community, we believe that more views means better quality, but today let's test out if more time translates to improved quality as well, with no control group. One phrase is going to get real annoying today. Into the fridge overnight. So I'm going to replace it with a song. A beautiful song.
Into the fridge of it. That's lovely.
The first 100-hour dish we're testing out is Papa's
Yeah.
72-hour short rib recipe. And don't you worry, we'll make
that
up for
looks
the
so
last,
good. That looks
30
so
hours.
good. No bullshit cooking with a bunch of humor, including fuck-ups. Wait, you know that guy? It's a great channel. What a good pick then. I'm so proud of myself. I did a good pick. Yes. All right, let's look into the food.
Or in some other way.
Smack it on the table.
He's using an entire rib plate, but I can't find that at the butcher shop near me. So we're settling with boneless short rib. Without the bones, it's not going to be as tender, I think, but at least it's going to cook faster. I have a new butcher shop, by the way.
Nice.
It's super cute. It's the last Italian butcher shop in the area. It's been
That
in
is
business for more than
cute.
100 years.
Very
The
dry,
service is
monotone
pretty
humor
wholesome.
too.
They provide small talk while cutting meat right in front
Thank
of you.
you,
You
Dano.
might call it unsanitary, but
Damn,
I call
look
it
at those
culture.
chops. Look at those chops. What the heck? Look at those. Oh, my lord. My lord. Give me that. I lost. Give me that food. Right now. I'm so stuffed, but I would just devour it. Let's wait till he sees his radioactive chicken. That's thick. Yeah.
While cutting meat right in front of you. You might call it unsanitary, but I call it culture. Since we're cooking it for such a long time, we want to impose as
Real
minimal
butchers
amount of
became
flavor as
very, very
possible.
rare,
And
right?
front and back generously with salt and pepper, and that's it. In the movie Burnt, Bradley Cooper called sous vide condom cooking, and I can't think of a better analogy for what we're doing right now.
Yeah, well, I see what he means.
We'll set it to 140 and
What
let
is
it
that
run
gadget?
for about 60 hours. I figure since with
They want
bones
to
it takes
just still do
72,
in-house
so I took off some
completely.
time. And that's
That's
about
true, yeah.
80% of the cooking. We pretty much have 2 more steps to complete this dish. The time
It
and effort
becomes
trade-off is
so
pretty worth it
soft with
'cause I'm
sous
generally
vide.
pretty
Sous
lazy.
vide that. It's a fancy sous vide. Okay.
I can't believe we only used salt and pepper, and it seems like it drew out a lot of the moistures inside. So with these 2 pieces of short rib, we're gonna make it in 2 ways. This piece we're gonna taste now, and the other one we're gonna extend it to a full 100-hour recipe, maybe even more. Putting something heavy on top to make it flat.
Okay.
Let's take a look at the inside. After it's been cooking in the sous vide for so long, I expected it to be falling apart, but it's actually holding together very well. And it's more pink than I expected too.
Very
so
pink.
let's put it in my mouth.
Very pink.
Each grain of the muscle fiber is perfectly cooked, but
Nice.
still intact. I've never had short rib with this type of texture before. It's so perfect on its own, it really doesn't need anything else. Maybe only the most high-class sauce.
What is that?
All the recipes we're cooking
What is that
today turn out
sauce?
to be very much worth it. So I'm gonna break down the recipes and my timing for all of you. First one's the easiest, a ton of hours in the sous vide, and then a simple glaze at the end.
Okay.
After pressing in the fridge overnight, the short rib is hard as a rock. We'll stroke the meat a little bit to get the liquid off and save the jus for the glaze later. Also cut it into sizable pieces. Now for the glaze, starting the cold pan, we'll do 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. I'm using maple sugar instead. About an equal amount of rice wine vinegar. Once the sugar starts caramelizing on the side, we'll pour in the beef juice. Season with soy sauce and dark soy sauce for color, and then some chili crisp. I don't know why he added that. Put it aside because it's time to sear. While they're searing the pan, we'll also brush on the glaze we just made on all sides. I got a little tired of doing that, so I'm just pour a little bit in and let it reduce itself. And once it becomes syrupy like that, we'll just brush it out now. It's way easier than what we were doing before. Alright, we'll take it out. It is looking legit as hell. It's literally glistening. Looking
looks
pretty
so
tender. Let's
nice.
give it a taste and rate it 1 through 10 to see if it's worth it. I keep expecting it to be mushy.
That
'cause
is
how
very
long I
good
cooked
quality,
it,
yeah.
But it's tender at the same time, has a bite to it. Probably the best short rib I've ever had, and the easiest considering how minimal the active cooking is.
That is actually true. Like he says it's so good, but the amount of work he actually had was so little, which is impressive. Like you just need to know the technique, and then you can make a very, very good meal, I think. Technique is more important, okay? Technique is more important. Write it down.
acidic, so it counteracts the fat content. I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10.
Oh.
I'm so glad I'm doing this video, guys.
Lasagna!
We don't waste any food on this channel, so with the foundation of the short rib, we're gonna take...
Why do you cook? Wait, cooking lasagna? For 100? I don't get it. Okay, I'm curious.
the chilling and the glazing, and adding 50 hours of lasagna time. I think it's
Lasagna.
gonna work pretty well. Here we have carrots, celery, onions, and a few cloves of garlic. We'll also slice up some bacon bits as well. We'll first render out the fat from the bacon with a little bit of water.
Do I do with bacon? I don't think so.
And it burns less easily too. When the fat starts coming out, we'll cut up the short rib piece we were tasting earlier and give it a nice sear. Something like this will be enough. The thorn on the bottom from the bacon and the short rib can be easily removed by the moisture in the aromatics. You just gotta...
I mean, to be fair, when I do like this base for the lasagna, or like for the bolognese as well, this thing here, the carrots, the onion, and everything, I cook it for 5 hours. It's like it becomes one with butter. It becomes one with butter, dude.
Gotta keep scraping, and eventually the vegetable is gonna suck it all up. You really should be using red wine and tomato paste here. I don't have either. I'm replacing with sake and
they want to make bolognese sauce.
Just to enhance the flavor.
It cooks
then
5
put the
hours
meat back in and stew it on low heat
in total.
for about 2 hours. You don't have to stew it for too long. I feel like
sofrito, thank you. Sofrito was the name.
50 hours. We'll just shred them up and season it with a ton of pecorino romano. Stir it together. And the ragu is almost done. The last step is just to put it...
So good. The music is killing me. Thank you, Zoti.
Equal part flour and butter to make a roux.
Smack it harder. See, again, the technique is more important.
After slowly stirring 2 cups of milk, ideally you want to cook it for at least 25 minutes to give it the raw flour smell. But it doesn't matter for us here because we're going to bake it later. We'll season it with some nutmeg, salt, more pecorino romano, and some
more pecorino is better.
And we'll get
the more pecorino, the better.
Just like this. We'll put it in a container. You already know what's going to happen.
Absolutely, Source. Absolutely.
It's the 3rd day, but the 2nd day for our lasagna recipe. We're supposed to be making fresh pasta sheets. I'm just gonna use the oven ready one. You don't even need to boil it. Our bechamel and ragu rested in the fridge overnight.
I do like handmade pasta sheets though.
Yesterday. And this is the order
I can tolerate them better.
Sheets, ragu, bechamel, and parmesan. Sheets, ragu, bechamel. I forgot the parmesan. Last layer. Sheets,
ragu, bechamel,
Parmesan.
Parmesan.
The next day, bake at 350 for 45 minutes. I added some cheese on top. We'll broil it for another 5. Well, after baking, we're supposed to rest it in the fridge for another night. But I ain't having it anymore. I'm having this.
I don't have that anymore. I eat
Maybe
now.
I should let it rest and cool down a little bit.
I eat now. Fuck this.
Do you think this looks to Alvin's? Alright, let's hit it with some red pepper flake and give it a taste. I've never made lasagna in my life. I don't really get the hype of Italian food. Japan, China makes better noodles. New York makes better pizza. You know what I mean? What's left to see?
Curious.
You know what? I take it back. This is incredible. I've only had my school's cafeteria's cardboard dried up eggplant lasagna before, so I'm even impressed by my own diarrhea looking lasagna. I guess I
will post the videos later after stream in Discord. You can watch it on your own or like check the channel out. Yes,
The
yes.
steps of the 100-hour brownie recipe is
Brownie! I love
It's just
brownie.
make
I can't eat it
rest
anymore.
Bake it, rest it, eat it, rest in peace.
Okay. That's a chunk of butter, dude. Yeah, homemade lasagna is a whole new level. Yes, absolutely.
After browning the butter, we'll add in some espresso powder. They're acting kind of weird. To compensate for the water loss and cool it down, we'll add in 2 ice cubes. and we'll set it aside to cool for now. Into a large bowl, we'll crack in 3 eggs, a cup and a quarter of sugar, and look at this, vanilla bean paste. If vanilla extract is dessert MSG, this must be dessert chicken bouillon. Never too much of it, you know. We'll beat the eggs and sugar together.
That looked
till
so
it's
good.
dissolved.
Wait,
In
I want to see that.
professional
Wait. I want to see that. It looked so good. It looked
vanilla
so nice.
extract is
Look at
dessert
that. Look at that
MSG.
goop.
This must be dessert chicken
Look at
bouillon.
this.
Never too much of it, you know.
Ooh.
We'll beat the eggs and sugar together till it's
Looks so
dissolved.
good.
In professional baking, they call it creaming, which gives you a smoother batter and
Yeah.
better texture in the end. I usually cream it on the couch, but since I have a hand mixer right now, I'll
Dude's killing me. Saying that with this utterly monotone voice. It's another level of comedy. It's great. Yeah. Oh my god. I think nobody else got it. Oh my lord.
I'll just do it in front of you guys. Half a cup of Dutch processed premium cocoa powder. I'm
Cocoa
going so
powder.
much
Premium.
above and beyond for this video, it's crazy. On top of that, I'm also adding malted
Huh?
milk, espresso
Now you're getting.
powder,
I
and
got
salt.
it. I got it. Dano accidentally muted stream. How dare you?
Pour in the brown
it's
butter
so
from
dark
earlier.
brown.
It looks the worst right now, but
Ooh.
it gets better. 8 ounces of melted dark chocolate, gently folding it in. The
Ooh,
chocolate
look
is a
at
little too hot.
that.
It's cooking the eggs a little. The only white ingredient
Look
of
at
the day,
that.
a cup and a half of AP flour, 3.5 ounces
I
of milk
want this
and
so
dark chocolate.
badly.
I ran out of milk chocolate, so
Thank
I'm
you.
doing 7
Look
ounces
at
of
me.
dark. 'Cause once I go there, I never go back.
It
you know?
looks so good. Oh my. Can I eat it? Can I eat it now? Can I just stuff it into my face?
I've never seen a brownie
No need to
batter
cook
this
it,
thick
just-
before. We'll smooth
give
it
me a
out and chop
spoon.
another 6
Give me a
ounces of
spoon.
chocolate. It keeps flying around. I changed it to a serrated knife and it does control
why-
it
why
way
so
better. You guys in the
good?
comments are
Mm.
so helpful. I should read them more often. Batter is done.
Is that
chocolate
so,
sprinkled
Dano?
on top and wrapped.
That
You
looks
already
so
know what's
good,
coming.
dude.
Bake it at 350 for
It's
45
raw.
minutes. It's so
I don't
heavy and it's
care.
overflowing
I
a
will
little
take
bit.
stomach
Brownie fresh off
medicine.
the oven, nice and hot. You want to
I
eat
would take
it?
stomach
No. You wanna
medicine.
cover
I
it
will
and
be
rest it for
fine.
another night? No, we're actually putting it
Also,
in the
you can't
freezer
eat
for an
raw
hour
eggs.
first. Supposedly, this rapidly stops
When
cooking
they're very
and
fresh.
traps moisture inside to make it fudgy. It is officially
The
day
music.
4. Time to cut out a piece, warm it up a little bit, and give it a
Yeah.
taste. It's literally harder than when it was
Ooh.
raw.
Okay. Smack it. It's just stuck. Why?
It is when time like
Is this his thing? Is this his thing? Like cutting it out of the middle? I don't judge it. I love it. Is it because remember the pan de muertos that I made that Rumi made? I feel very connected to this dude because I also cut out of the middle. I wanted the middle piece. Okay. It's one of his things. No, Metro, sit down. You stay.
this when you realize the true value of the Ligma fork to take out the centerpiece of any baked good. We'll put it in a smaller baking dish back into the oven just for a few minutes to warm it up. It's gonna turn out nice, soft, warm, and beautiful
If you
just
cut
like
the
this. If
pizza.
you're wondering to yourself, this looks awfully a lot like a corner piece, but I thought he took
Monty, I eat pizza like a cookie.
a centerpiece. This brings us to my advice of the day.
Oh,
Don't
I want
forget
to
your
eat
brownie
it.
warming up in the oven because it'll turn into a piece of dookie like that. Let's cut into it. Immediately you can tell this is going to be extremely fudgy.
Best piece of food ever consumed. It looks so good though.
In terms of sweets, I always
He's
pick
like-
chocolate over fruity stuff. And like many other things, I like it the darker the better. This brownie's so intense, all your cravings get satisfied with a single bite. And if you
Yeah, I
continue
feel
eating,
that.
you're going to feel a little
I
sick.
feel that. Like when you have one piece of this, you're satisfied with chocolate cravings because it's so intense. It's so intense that I will still eat it like a cookie, Monty.
Experience is surprisingly similar to Miyazaki beef. When you encounter stuff like this, it's way
True.
better to have it cold. But still, I'm gonna give it a 9.3.
That looks so good.
Last
Tiramisu.
recipe of the day is the most common.
Okay, wild take, okay? I don't like the classic tiramisu. I like tiramisu more that is for children because I do not like the coffee in it. It's too bitter for me. And I also don't like the alcohol in it because I don't like alcohol. What is tiramisu? Tiramisu. This. This is tiramisu. It's from Italy. But I just don't like the bitterness of the coffee and I don't like alcohol. Yeah, it's cake. So I just prefer the children tiramisu. I'm sorry. But I just like the children version more, okay? Most people just oversoak their biscotti or use too strong coffee. Probably would like a mild version. Yeah, that probably. But every time I had it in a restaurant, it was just punching into my face, man. It was just a hit and I was like, ugh, I don't want this. It was just like one bite, I'm like, ugh, want to puke it out. That was my tiramisu experience, okay? It not happened when I had the children tiramisu. Because that is without the coffee and it's without the alcohol and it's a little bit more sweet. I like that way more.
Convoluted recipe front loading in the beginning, and then we can just sit on our ass. There are 3 components to this, all of which are made on the first
I'll
day.
send the recipe
Alvin
to
didn't give
Rumi.
us any recipe, but he recommended that
when I'm
learn
off
from
keto,
this
that will
emo
not happen
Joey
anymore,
channel.
I guess.
How can you be emo when you bake such beautiful
For a long
stuff?
time.
First, the ladyfingers, we're going to start with 2 egg yolks and beat it a lot till it becomes white. I didn't know it could do that. Add in the 2 egg whites that we whipped to a stiff peak. Sift in 30 grams of cake flour. I'm using all-purpose for the purpose of cake. Turn over a parchment sheet as thinly as we can because I feel like it's going to expand a lot in the oven. 350 for 20 minutes. I'm going to keep an eye on it though. It seems too fragile.
Oven?
2 cups of sugar, half a cup of water. We'll boil it till the size becomes a little bit.
Okay, do me a favor, okay? Do me a favor. When you make caramel, be careful, okay? It's hot shit. It's hot.
Brown. This is the perfect state to make a little tanghulu. And the brown
I also want to do that. I saw that in like those Japanese traveling
becomes a little bit
videos.
brown. This is the
When you have the sugar boiling as shit and then you dip fruit in it and then you let it cool down and it hardens and then you have the soft fruit, but the hard sugar, I can't have it. I'm on keto now. Fuck! I think you forgot the hashtags to burn injury statistics. No, I'm dipping my entire fist in the forbidden bubble bath. Moya, please do not. Please do not. Okay.
perfect state to make a little
I want this
tanghulu.
now,
When
though.
the browning is coming towards the middle,
I will eat
we're
more
pouring
meat.
a whole
This will
cup of
satisfy
heavy
my
cream.
cravings.
The burn here is extremely painful. Don't
Yeah.
ask me how I found out. They'll be reluctant to
Be
combine
very
at first,
careful.
but just like any long-lasting friendship, if you beat it together a lot, it's gonna become smooth. Like butter. 4 tablespoons of butter. And unfortunately, this will be the item
Moya,
that
stop
I
being a
overconsumed
caveman.
this week. We're back at it to whip egg
Be a
yolks so
gentleman.
much
Be
that it
gentle.
turns white.
Meow.
that.
Oh, that's
30
a very
grams of milk
well
and
beaten
30
egg.
grams of rum or marsala wine. I'm
It
not gonna
lasts
show
for years.
pouring in
It's-
alcohol 'cause
yeah.
this is a family-friendly channel, but I
Oh.
am gonna show you how I beat this
What
white
do you
cream
mean,
on low
caveman
heat just
mindset
before
of
it comes
me?
to curdling. When it's thick like that, we'll let it cool and
That
then
doesn't
beat
make
it a lot
sense.
again, and it should become fluffy like whipped cream, like Emo Joey did here.
Oh,
It
that
doesn't
takes a
seem to
long
be
time.
working, so I'll just put a spoonful of Milo into it. The mascarpone cheese we have 2 kinds, one from Wisconsin, one from Vermont. The 2
Oh.
biggest
Yeah, but-
rival in American.
That's my main part of the diet now. It's like 60% meat. No. It's 40% meat, 20% vegetables, 40% fat. That's my diet now, Moya. Thank you, Salty.
And cheese making. What I found to be really scammy is that all tiramisu recipes online calls for 500 grams, but all these containers only give you 226 grams, so you have to get a third one. It's way
That is a
easier
weird
if we just let
measurement.
it come to room temperature and mix some sugar into it. In Emo Joey's video, he doesn't put in any sugar, so I guess he's Japanese or something. But I know most of us live in America, so I'm gonna eyeball something. The egg yolk sauce that I
just
couldn't mix
eyeballed
up,
some
I'm just
sugar in
gonna
it.
mix straight up whipped cream into it.
Ah,
Finally,
that dude
we'll
is
mix,
great.
we'll fold in the mascarpone cheese, and our tiramisu cream is done. I'm so sick of handling
Why I
batter today.
discovered this
Instant
channel
coffee,
just
sugar,
now. I'm
rum, and
sad.
water. Doesn't really matter the amount, you just gotta
Oh.
mix it thoroughly. And this is gonna be our dipping sauce for the ladyfingers.
Yep.
It is not looking good, I must say. I thought it was gonna be 3, but we'll just fold it and split it into 2 layers. Brush the coffee all over, make it nice and flavorful, spreading a layer of the tiramisu cream and some drizzling of the caramel.
Oh, the
What am I
caramel looks
using
very
for?
good.
Another layer, repeat the same steps. Since we're missing ladyfinger layers, we'll just make the fillings really thick. And finally, a layer of a lot of caramel. I know what I'm doing here, guys.
I'm not
So
sure
many
if
things
like
have gone
tiramisu
wrong
I
in
had
this
so far has
recipe, and
caramel
the only
in
thing
it.
gonna save it is this caramel sauce, as well as the dusting of this dark cocoa powder. My appreciation for grandmas who make tiramisu for fun has increased tenfold. Not only did it take me the entire afternoon, I pretty much used every single dish in my house. Thinking
Oh
about
boy.
the cleanup time, that rum is looking
Cleanup
like a pretty
time.
nice cup right now. It's been 2 days, let's check on our tiramisu.
He
I don't know
ate
where that
something
piece
already.
went. Must be the phantom tax.
What? Dude. Dude.
I honestly thought it would look so ugly, but this one turns out to be
looks
the
pretty
closest
good.
thing we got to the original. Very soft,
It looks-
receives my fork very well. I'm trying to scoop it very cleanly without touching the side of the plate. Whatever. Let's give it a
Well,
taste and rate 1 through 10.
It looks very good. He's like,
This is the most apparent result for the effect of 100 hours. You know how you usually go to the store or supermarket and buy tiramisu and it tastes okay? Or at the restaurant you can clearly taste the distinct flavors from each layer? This one, all the components became one. It settled into each other. The longer you rest it, the better it is. Like right now, it tastes so much better than last night. I mean, hypothetically. I don't know.
hypothetically, yeah, he
What I'm trying
didn't.
to say
He
is
didn't eat it
9.5
before
out
that.
of
Yeah,
10. But
he didn't
anyways,
eat
nobody
it.
has the luxury to spend 100 hours on food all the time. It's for special occasions. Most of us just want something quick and easy. That's why I always look for shortcuts on this channel. As we demonstrated here today, more effort does translate to better quality. With 4 days, even FutureConoe can make an amazing brownie. It applies to other aspects
was
of
a
our
cool
lives as well. We
video.
can totally achieve anything we want if we had all the time in the world. But unfortunately, life is limited. So sometimes we have to do things when we're clearly not ready. Whether that means making a recipe without all the ingredients or starting a business with no relevant background. You can only prepare so much, so if you have a goal, you just gotta do it, bro. As Casey once said, the right time is always right now. Alright.
That is very true. That is very true. Very true. Little story. I always thought I will be late in many things. For example, like I feel very late in streaming too. But I think I'm good where I am. I think I'm good where I am. Or me and learning 3D modeling for waifu figures. Yeah. So you're never late. You can always start something. You can always start a business. You can always start a new hobby. You can always start a new thing. You're never late. I hate him for cutting out the middle on purpose, but good video. No, I like it. I vibe with that. Yeah, but wait for the design reveal then, Reiken. Wait for the design reveal though. And I feel very honored. Yeah. Should we go gaming?